All right, Scott did his whiskey collection, and there's been some folks asking about seeing mine. I don't see myself as a whiskey collector, but that's hard to say when you see all the whiskey. So I'll talk more about that as we go. But looking to either side of the set, you'll see where we're situated. By the way, it's a heck of a game there. Tumbling dice. Whoop, enough on that. You will see some LED lights that aren't in use. That bare wall, I'm probably going to build a little pipe shelving unit like Bruno has, like Scott has. But let's come on in here. You will see on the set, there's some Scotch Malt Whiskey Society bottles that came in. I've been sampling those. Cheaper by the dram. I have to do some quick hitter stuff on. And Wes Jolly, heck, it's probably been a year, gave Scott and I some blind samples with envelopes to open and stuff, kind of like what Roy Aquavitae does, but without the filming. And I've been wanting to have a quiet time in order to do that. So, first, I'll zoom in on this section over here. That is mostly our whiskey that needs to be reviewed, just the shelving. Sometimes it'll spill over onto the counter. Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, and then I've got some ryes in my 1.75 liters, but let's come in close. So these shelves are whiskeys that have landed and we have yet to review. So when we do, we haven't done one in a while, but when we roll the dice and select whiskeys from the shelf, just at random, just by the roll of a die, this is where we're pulling them from. And these need to be done, and it does not include the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society bottle. That little rock right there, that's from Isla. Pick that up, put it in my pocket. A little rock. These you can see by the green little circles, the colored tabs around the top of the bottleneck are mostly Isla. In the States, we don't get a lot of independent bottlers. So I love SMWS because they're cask strength. They're taken from different distilleries all over the place, even some bourbons, American single malts, Japanese, they even have some rums. You can see Pete Ferry right there. That was a blending project that's peated. Behind here is my unopened Exotic Cargo. I bought 2 of those, and boy, was that delicious. And you'll even see some of the older styles of the bottle, and then the newer ones where they tabbed them, and now the ones on the table here are even a newer design than that. We've got Coffee Kisses and a Smoky Bothy, Smoked Plum Lemonade. The naming's half of the fun here. This one, I don't think, yeah, there's still a good amount. Moonlight in New York, delicious. There's, again, an older bottle style, so I won't go through all these, but charcoal in a honey pot. Everything I have, almost everything I have, is open. So in terms of that, it is not really a collection as far as I'm concerned. It's things that have been opened, sampled, shared, reviewed, videoed, but I like to go to different things at different times. So let me slide over. I'm going to stay on this top shelf. I'll kind of go down, and then I'll hit the other, what I call more of my peated or collector's shelf here as we go down the line. Just to show you what we're going to be doing, we'll go all the way down. We'll cover that shelf there. There used to be a picture that hung there, maybe shelving. Now it's just my hat collection. But we'll walk through that. Then we'll come down to my rye section, which is kind of collected in this area. And we'll walk down my Lagavulins and my Ardbegs. And we'll continue on down. And then we'll come back and we'll cover this part of the shelf and all the way down. Let me see if I can move a little quicker. Maybe I'll cut some of this. Highland Park, so you can see the box. What I'll try to do is, if it's not open, I'll keep the box. That way I know I've got an unopened bottle in there. It's not always the case, but generally it helps me with space. You will see Django Fett, and my son has him doing some kind of Blazing Saddle things, apparently, where he's got one blaster pointed at his head and the other one pointed at you. Not sure what's going on there. What is hiding back here? Let me see. Oh, yeah, this is Rabbit Hole, the Kentucky Straight Bourbon, 47.5%. I had a buddy of mine that was touring it and said, hey, I'm really liking this. I'll grab you a bottle if you want. I said, yep. And we've reviewed that. You will see my trolls. I was getting trolls for a while when they were in, and picked one up, or my family did, when I was at Fort Leonard Wood, and then an Army one. Oh, and this is worth noting. So this poster was glaring real bad when it was on the wall. So I grabbed this little Mickey Mouse deal, and I just threw them back here because it tilted the poster in a way so that we didn't have glare. My son likes to come down and rearrange all these figures. So he put, this is painful. So I get little notes from Bo, which I love, and I leave them up there. He also comes in and puts these little tiny micro Star Wars figures on there. Oh, here is my Joss Magnus. All right, Nancy the Nose. Hello, Nancy Fraley. She does these beautiful, beautiful whiskeys. So you can see the Murray Hill Club special release, the cigar blend, which you can see is slowly dwindling. I love it. And then you can see their straight bourbon here. Delicious stuff. Let me open this. Whoops, that's going to knock something down. Let me bring this down. Let me open this. So, we've done these advent calendars. I almost knocked Boba Fett down. And we've sampled, I think, I can't open it, I'll knock my Ardbeg. But they come in and we will, I think we've done most of these, but we were given an older advent calendar that we didn't have to review from. So that sits there. One, it holds my whiskeys. Two, it's got a few whiskeys still in it. That's the 4th edition one. So that's why you see some still in there. I believe we got that when we were getting ready to review the 5th edition. Oh, a Booker's Uncut that's been opened. You can see it's probably half gone. The Ardbeg can is, of course, their quintessential building that everybody sees as they're coming into the island, and that is empty, but I particularly bought that Ardbeg tin just to get the tin. My Elijah Craig, this is an ECBP, the new style. I will buy these whenever I see them at a great affordable price. I love ECBP. This is a very nice, so Whiskey Scout found this at a hole-in-the-wall liquor store. Had the 12-year tag. This is the Elijah Craig 1.75 liter. And on the back it has the 12-year. And it's just a touch better than the regular small batch. Of course, this is the infamous, not infamous because it's grand, the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. We call it the double barrel. And it won our barrel strength bourbons. Yes, that'll offend some people. Qui-Gon Gin. A fan sent us these. These are Pez dispensers that have been changed into Scotch test dummies. Let's see. I have not opened up this Gentleman Jack. So by the way, obviously Tennessee whiskey's coming in. I don't have a lot, but here they are. This is a Gentleman Jack. I've had Gentleman Jack before, but I was at an FOP conference, Nashville, and you could buy this, and it had the engraved thing on there. So, Roaming Man, there are 4 gates back here. These are sample reviews. I love what they're doing. They're doing some cool, funky stuff. That Ardbeg Wee Beastie that just came in will not fit down here yet, which we will get to in a second, so I threw it up there. Paul John and the Indian Whiskey. So, en route, Paul John. There's another one I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Love it, love it, love it. Here are a bunch of coins from both Scotch Test Dummies and then many, many others that have come along. Aquavitae's special one right here. Lana Lou sent this, I forget what they call them, whiskey jug. So the Highland Fusilier. Got a little cop troll in there. Of course, Boba Fett. Some metal coins. some of which are, I think, police or military. Then I've got these smaller little bottles, these little like 350. So again, this is Lana Lucent. This, boy, is this succulent juice from Macallan. It's very good. W.B. Saffel. I have not opened that. This was unbelievably good. Scott bought one and I loved it. This is one of our original glasses where you can see the Scotch test dummies there kind of, and then the actual front of it just had the etched dummies. And this was originally where I had the whole coffee beans to do that when we do the nosing to kind of cleanse your palate, cleanse. Bunnahabhain we got when we were at Bunnahabhain. Poteen and a White Dog. I like the taste of these actually, and every once in a while I want to pour a White Dog, unaged liquor. There's our Springbank 10, which I am not. I know, perish the thought, I'm not a big fan of Springbank. Sorry. Let's just go through quickly because I know this is taking a while. I don't want to go too long. An old Glenmorangie that I got to get rid of. This Alberfeldy, I love the 12. Still in the can, so it's probably not open. Dalwhinnie, Glenkinchie. I love these lighter styles. Highland, I find this a lighter 15-year-old, and I believe Glenkinchie is a lowland, if I remember right. The Glenlivet Maduras. These are whiskey that's aged in a cask that had peated whiskey in it, so it's a peat whiskey finish. God, it blew me away. It was underwhelming and my thoughts, and way overperformed when actually tasted. These have not been opened. Some Japanese whiskey. Let me take a look. We got Hibiki, and behind there is the Yamasaki 18. That one is opened and probably about half gone. So I watched my mom's house during this winter, and they brought that back from Texas before it was going crazy prices, and said, here you go, something a little different. Sullivan's Cove, and then here's these beautiful tomatins. So that's the PX cask that I poured myself. And then what's back here? Let me see. So, yep, this one I did myself. Back here is the 1990, if you can see that. I did both of these when we toured Tomatin. This is the original bottle that we managed to get. It was poured when we did the first live show with Tomatin. And Big Scott and Wee Scott. Or no, that was the second show we did where we were talking about how they'd had 1 million visitors. And they poured that for us after we tried samples. You'll see a sample bottle we got. That's the original, unbelievable Pedro Jimenez, the PX cask. It's just great. Kuboken, almost gone. I really need to finish that off. Unopened Kuboken in the box. An 18 in the old style, which, gosh, I don't think I've opened that one. I had another one. Here's the 50 year. It is in here, kind of like what Scott did. I think when I turned 50, I'll sample this. And then a regular Tomatin 12 and their 14 port finish. Both have been opened and consumed. I'll just go, I won't name them all, but Bunnahabhain, you can see. Oh, here's the Abomination, which we got from Bill, and that got me when I did Aquavite's Blind Challenge, the Scarabus right next to it to remind me, and to slow down when I'm tasting. Tobermory, Peat Monsters. I've got the special edition, the anniversary 10th. Nothing behind there. Okay. Boy, it sure seems like, nope. So I've got Peat Monster 10th anniversary, the open bottle of the No Name, another unopened one of No Name behind it. We've got the gold standard from Benny's in Chicago. We've got a lost blend, so if it's in the box, it's unopened. I love the double single. It's probably one of my favorites. The Acela, I just found, I was at a liquor store, they were trying to get rid of it. And Phenomenology. Somewhere I picked up, what is this? The Unwritable Rant podcast. So yeah, she sent us a nice flask. So that's my compass box, not nearly as impressive as Scott's. Now we go into the Lafroig's. Lafroig's was my first real love, other than the compass box peat monster. The Carchis that I did not like. The Carchis triple wood that completely changed me. And so there's one that's in the tube, and then we got the open ones. What's behind here? Yep, another one, unopened. Cast strength 10-year, the regular 10-year, the select. There's another cast strength back there. Quarter cask. You can see an 18 hovering back there. I think that's a lore. Let me see, hold on. Because here's an 18, the 15. Not a big fan of the 15. You can see 2 lores. And I think another Carchis triple wood back here. Yeah, I was grabbing those. So Carchis triple wood hiding back. A Bowmore 12. What do we got? Taliskers. I think there's 2 Taliskers here. Let me navigate. Yep. All right. The Talisker Storm. Talisker 8, which is delicious. Let me come around. We're going into our peat reek. Love this. Ooh, there's an Escag. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. There is the other Blackadder peat reek raw cask. Oh, the Benromic 10. There's the Black Snake Blackadder. There's a Benriach 10. Then I've got my Octomores. So you got the white can, the black can, and we might as well look and see what these are because I can't remember. I'm not even sure I'm in frame. Sorry. The Octomore 6.1. 6.1. Taking a little longer than I thought, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. My Rise. Okay, I'm not going to go through and name everything. You can see them. And then it stops and moves into my peated whiskeys, other than this Tomatin sample pack, which managed to just hold Django. We've got what's down here. So you can see there's some hiding whiskey that wouldn't quite fit on the shelf. What is this? All right, Corner Creek. That's the Blade and the Bow. And Axe and Oak Distillery in Colorado Springs. So you can see there's some teachers back there. The McKenna, 2 Evan Williams, Wild Turkey 101, another 101. Yep. Their rye, cast strength. Let me get this in frame. Cast strength Maker's Mark, Maker's 46. There's a 1.75 Makers, so boom, boom, boom. We move into some more ryes, just trying to keep them in order. By the way, if you saw this is a 50 cal, but it's actually, bottle opener. I forget who gave me that. Let's see, we got some Eleanor's back there. Old Granddad. I actually really like Old Granddad. What do we got here? Yep, Woodford Reserve. You can see the Eleanor's hiding. This is the Isaac Bowman Port Finish. Delicious. 1844. Weller's 12. Old Forester. What's back there? Oh yeah, the Willet. And then we go into the High West, which will be in the back as you come across there. Heaven Hill 6-year from the distillery, which they no longer make. Sad. This is actually empty, but it's so cute, I couldn't get rid of it. You can see the Shink. Heaven's Door. There's a Bottled and Bond Mellow Corn, which is surprisingly good, 100% corn. Stranahan's, when they did a cask thief. What do we got? We got the Wise Man, if I remembered. Yep, Married Barrel, and this should be the Wise Man, Wise Guy, and your little passport. If you see the passport, you walk around trying. Corsair, Armageddon, Triple Smoke. What is that? Craniac, Buck Yeah, Wildfire. This is a neat thing. We had a fan send this, and it's his own blend, which he had little cards. Yeah, generally there's cards. Some of them fell off that kind of show you the blends. So that was just kind of a fun thing. All right, I came down even lower. The Mccarthy'S. I love what is coming out of Clear Creek Distillery. So this is, they source peated whiskey from Islay, or the barley, I guess, and then they make their own single malt, and it is delicious, and I usually pick one up when I run across it. So September 2016, August 13, 2018, we'll move into our single cask nation. Let me move a couple of these around. Hold on, let me clip so I can reset and move around here. So we've got these, what is this? This is the English Whiskey Company 9-year-old, delicious. You got a Glenmorangie 12, that Lafroig 5. Again, this is an independent bottler. You can get some delicious, delicious stuff. Here's an unopened whiskey company. I love the English Whiskey Company. You've got a 2-year Westland back there. If I remember right, it was a little rough. Not bad, though. And then I've got a great one, and I think this is it. Let me see. Yeah, that's the 14-year Port Charlotte. Oh my, is that good. This is just phenomenal. So rich, so dark. So that goes there. Now the problem probably with the single cask nation is that their stuff is so good now that you better be sitting at your computer poised to hit buy, because stuff will sell out in like 3 minutes or less. They were even doing like lotteries, and those kind of turned me off because I kept putting in, oh, you lost, oh, you lost, oh, you won, you better go buy now. Westland, you got your standard offering, the sherry wood, and then there's a peated one, whoop, back there. Del Bach out of Arizona, unbelievable. The Distiller's Cut, the winter release, and then back here is their other Distiller's Cut. If you can see it, it's done in a different bottle style. I'm partial to the old bottle style. All right, let me shift again, because as you can see, we're going to get into Balcones and Iron Root, and I think I need a better angle. Balcones. I left this on there just because it makes it stand out and it's cute. A peated single malt. All these Texas single malts, unbelievably good. We have Baby Blue. I believe True Blue is behind it. Yes. Ooh, I almost tipped a bottle. Don't do that. These are precariously hanging on. Now they're leaning back, so they're safe, but I like them stacked. Look how neat they look. They're probably going to have to get a better shelf area. What do we got here? Oh, the Rumble. Love the Rumble. I've got a Mirador. Yep, there's a Mirador. Is that good? Let's see. Yet another, what do we got here? That's the single barrel, single malt. There's the rye. Okay, but I don't remember it speaking too greatly to me. And then their Texas bourbon. And then here we have that Hechiceros. I don't know, it means like trickster or magician. It was excellent as well. Came in a box that I couldn't get rid of, even though I should have. All right, let's get it out of the way. Iron Root. First of all, they fit great on the shelf, but I got to be careful. There is yet another Hubris there. One of these, however, is written on, because when we were there, I was able to, or when Scott went back, he was able to select and we bought like a special sampling or something that they were working on. I can't remember all the details. Promethean, Icarus, and you're starting to see this Garrison Brothers too. So we're moving into Texas whiskey. And then another Icarus. And then back here we got the Icor, which is their 5-year anniversary. And if you look in the back, there's another one of those. So very nice. Garrison Brothers. So here's what I call their blacktop. Their blacktop has this wax. It's just a bigger release. I don't know, like 30,000 bottles or something. And it's got black wax on it. It's 2019. It's phenomenal. Yeah, you can see 22,926 bottles. And I was unsure what it was even going to taste like. It definitely tastes like what I call a silver top. And these are all single barrels, super high proofs. What are we talking, like 68.95, I think is what that says. You get all this information on the sides, so they're each unique. I have not opened the other two. And man, velvety, rich, unbelievably good. Striker, also out of Andalusia, Texas. What's back there? Blackland, which their owner commented they're sourcing some whiskey, putting some of their own whiskey in. All good, all good. Now we're just moving into more of my whiskeys that are from Scotland, and we'll talk. So I should have spent some time back here with the Lagavulin and the Ardbeg, but I think I'll finish with this row. We'll come to it in a second. But while I'm here, I'll cover not the Ardbegs, but just some of these, the Macallan 15. This is my favorite from the Macallan, the edition 4. So as they're doing these editions, a Glenfiddich, couple Glenfiddich samples we had when we were doing a 12 Hours of Boom, a Non, Duncan Taylor's Bunnahabhain that's right in there, sorry. Cragganmore, yet another Glenmorangie, Glen Scotia, the Kilkerran. We'll come back to that. That's some Hennessy there. And we get into some cognacs. And then way back in there, if you can see it, probably can't, there's some other Elijah Craig barrel proofs. Shackleton, the Anejo, I'm forgetting the name. It's not the tequila mezcal. And then some brandy. And then some other weird brandy from the McCarthy'S company. It's got like pine taste in it. And some old beers. Now we come down here, and what these are actually me reusing bottles after we've done these 16-bottle shootouts. Scott and I will pour them together, right on there what they are. So you can see that's the barrel proof bottles. I forget what's in that Ardbeg tin. I think it's the first peated challenge. But that's what's on that English Whiskey Company bottle as well. And I think there's something else back there. There's some older Elijah Craig barrel proofs. What do we got? Maybe a rum in there. And then you can see some of my Johnny Walker blends. The Balvenie Peat Week 14. Some of the, this is all my Bruichladdich, which will extend a little bit. You can see a little bit of my Irish. Probably the coolest Bruichladdich. That one, the 3D3 was nice. But Scott and I found that one. Really, Scott found that infinity bottle with the can. It's opened, but I love the can and how old it is. So we enjoyed that. I'm just going to scan that. I have a bunch of Balvenie Peat Weeks. So that's what's sitting there. Some of the Glenrothes. Some of the Douglas Lang, the Big Peat, and the Christmas Big Peat. The Epicurean, one of my favorites. This is an odd Colorado whiskey, the 291 with all this bling. It kind of, well, not kind of, it had an aspen stave put in it, and it tastes like aspen. I can't get to what's behind there. I forget. It's another Colorado whiskey, if I remember right. Love the Jameson Black Barrel. So let me go to the Lagavulins and end with the Ardbegs, and we'll be done. And this is probably super long. All right, we've got the Lagavulin, the Distiller's Edition. There's their 19-year-old as well. The Lagavulin 8. We've got the limited edition 2017, and you're going to see a few of these because one of these was an anniversary gift. One of them may be open if memory serves. And then I picked up two more because I really love the 2017 limited edition. The regular 16-year. Now we move into the Ardbegs. We got the Corey Vrecken on top. This Grooves box is open, but I love the groovy red colors. So I kept it, and it kind of stands out. What do I got here? Oh, this is from Waterford. So this is my own blend I made, and Waterford's getting ready to come out with some stuff, and it's unbelievable. You can see the Groove CR bottle. I opened an unopened Dark Cove, and that sample bottle, which looks like it's got, what, 2 ounces, maybe a little more? That was the end of my opened bottle. So I put it in there just to kind of keep it fresh and going, and I sip on it because I do not want to open that. So it's not a collector bottle. I will open it, but I love, love, love the Dark Cove CR. Let me reposition so that we can see the drum and the regular Dark Cove non-committee release. All right, we've got that regular Dark Cove. You can see the drum. That one is opened. This one is not. And I love the flavors of the drum as well. The standard Oogie Doll is one of my favorites. Let me pull out. Again, with the Corey Vrecken. The Anoa, it's okay, but Oogie Doll and Corey Vrecken, probably Corey Vrecken's my favorite. And then the standard 10-year might even do me. I've been feeling the chase for the CRs. And I know it irritated Scott a little bit when they did the black. I do not like the fear of missing out or the chase of a bottle. And that makes me weird, especially among whiskey people, and Scott in particular. But I don't like the feeling of having to chase a bottle. So I don't. Hate me. All right, Kelpie. Then we get into some very cool ones that Shimon let me know about that I was able to purchase from New York. So you've got the Ardbeg Perpetuum. These have all been opened. You've got the Ardbeg, I can't say it, Nambisti, 1990. You've got the, and I'll say it, Aura Verdes, so the green. And then you've got the Ardbeg. Out of those, if I remember right, I like the Ardbeg the most. I don't know, I'd have to come back and try them again. That 1990, if I remember right, was the most expensive. Then a regular Ardbeg 10. And then that Trayvon 19 that's sitting there. And that gives you, I'm definitely still Bart-Beg, Bart. I love Ardbeg. And we will, well, we'll leave it at that. Other than the hat collection. Hello, hello.